Us today. Hello Facebook, hello YouTube, how is everybody? Welcome back to my studios for some springtime treats, beauty treats, uplifting, cheerful stuff to celebrate the Easter long bank holiday weekend. I hope the sun is shining where you are. Certainly is in southwest London. Thank you. Aisha says my skin is glowing. Okay, so I'm a bit nervous because I don't have very much on my skin because I'm going to be doing a live makeup demo, okay, makeup tutorial with the wonderful Grace from Studio 10, fab female founder, great British makeup brand. We do have a Liz Loves, by the way, 20% off everything at Studio 10, so that's always good to know before we crack on with that. And I should just say a big thank you to the Real Flower Company, one of my favourite British flower companies, because I'm sitting here surrounded by the most amazing smells. Look at those. Who else has got sweet peas in their garden? This is from Roseby Morton. The smell is absolutely amazing, and I particularly love the fact that she's included this one, this little beauty, because this is Wellbeing Pink, and she launched this at Chelsea Flower Show a few years ago, and I went to see her on her stand. And I said, oh, that's really beautiful, that colour. It's, you know, it's my brand colour, I love it. And she said, oh, well, we'll call it Earle Wellbeing. So that's its unofficial name. So Earle Wellbeing. So if you want some, you can get those from the Real Flower Company. And they're very clever because they breed them so they get these lovely long stems. I don't know about you, but I always end up, my sweet peas always end up kind of curly and little stems. Anyway, she's got lots of great growing tips, but she does manage to get beautiful long stem sweet peas, so I pop those in some water next to me and they smell great. And thanks to all the quercetin that I've been taking, I don't know if you listened to my Friday 5 podcast on Friday with the amazing allergy specialist, Dr. Sophie Farouk, well worth a listen if you're a hay fever sufferer. But I've been taking quercetin, now I took it all last year during hay fever season, kind of then got out of the habit of it, but was reminded coming back to the UK and being surrounded by all the early tree pollen that I needed to start taking it again. So for the last week and a half maybe, I've been taking quercetin 3 times a day, and touch wood, I always worry about saying this in case I'm speaking too soon, but no signs. And I've been out running in the park. You might have seen me with all the trees and the blossom and everything, amazing. And I've also got here just some other real beauties I wanted to show you on Instagram, because I know you can see them on Facebook and YouTube because it's a different format, but we're a bit squished on Instagram. These are Ranunculus, and again she sent me that beautiful Wellbeing Pink. Aren't they just stunning? Anyway, so we do have a discount code with the Real Flower Company, which is absolutely very, very welcome. So thank you, Roseby. Liz Loves gets you 10% off all of those. Kate's asking which brand of quercetin I take. I've actually been taking the one from BioCare. It's a British supplement company. I have bought their supplements, and honestly, this is not an ad. I have bought their supplements for probably 20 years, very ethical, very well respected, and I know a lot of functional medicine doctors talk about BioCare. We do have a discount with them because I stalked them. I'm saying, listen guys, I love your brand, I love what you do, please can you give us a discount? So we do have Liz Loves gets 15% off BioCare, so that's the one that I have stocked up with. And touch wood, as I say, it is working. 15% Liz Loves, there you go, thank you. I was reminded by my lovely team. Hi to Rachel, who's manning Facebook. So on Facebook we're able to pop all the links and discount codes and connections to anything that I talk about. Obviously we can't do that on Instagram because we can't link. Maybe they'll create that as a new kind of add-on in the future. But if you want the links on Facebook, it's all there. Thank you, Rachel. You're so on it. You're so sharp. Obviously, for YouTube, we can put the links in the URL. And everything is always on Earle Wellbeing. So if ever you want to know if you can get money off something, go to lizarwellbeing.com. There's a whole section called Liz Loves, and we list them all. And there's so many now. It's really worth it because, you know, if you're a regular using these lovely wellbeing things, then there is usually a deal to be had. Talking about deals, let's crack on with Grace. I can see that she is in the house. Grace Foder, who's the lovely female founder of Studio 10, which is this makeup brand. I've talked about it before. It's designed particularly for more mature women. Hello, Grace.
Hey, how are you?
I'm super well. Honestly, it's so nice to be back. It's nice to be surrounded by blossom and sunshine and Easter eggs and hot cross buns and all that great stuff.
Well, you were in Kenya, weren't you, last time we did that live? this time I'm the one who's away because I'm in Boston.
Are you? Wow. Is that holiday or work or what's going on?
Sort of vacation. My partner's family live in Boston, so we're here for Easter and then going down to Cape Cod. And so I've sort of got this, you're in your studio, which is normally where I am, and I'm in their sort of the sunroom area. So everything's been really quiet.
How lovely. And of course you're behind, aren't you? So it's quite early in the day for you?
Yeah, but I arrived yesterday, so you know what jet lag's like. You're up so early, makes a difference.
Well, you look
but
amazing on it.
Just listening to what you said about, because I suffer from hay fever, which I've never had hay fever, and it was something that came through menopause and has stayed with me.
Yeah.
And, you know, trying to find something, because it's
seriously
so horrible. I'm going to get
quercetin. Yeah, quercetin is the supplement. It's a plant pigment, and I use BioCare, but I mean there's lots of different brands out there. And I first heard about it from a functional medicine doctor last year, and I thought, you know, it's not going to work for me because I was seriously on steroids every year, using nasal sprays, drops, and it's so debilitating. I couldn't sleep, my eyes were all puffy. You know, if I was doing a photo shoot, I think, oh my goodness, this is just dreadful. I look like, you know, about 110, and you can't focus. Anyway, I started taking it, and I just kept waiting for my symptoms. I kept waiting to start sneezing.
I'm definitely going to get something. I'm definitely going to get that. Definitely. And really I didn't realise, because you think, well, it's only a little bit of sneezing, what's the big deal? Until you actually get hay fever.
Yeah.
And it's tied up with other allergies as well. And it is debilitating. Yeah. So it's your nose, it's your eyes, it's your head.
Everything. Take a listen to my podcast that I recorded on Friday. Dr. Sophie Fruch, she's an allergy specialist, and we talk all about hay fever, but also about food allergies, food intolerances, anaphylaxis, what to do if somebody has an anaphylactic reaction in front of you. I mean, it's really, really good episode, so take a listen.
Definitely going to listen to that.
Now, you are going to revive my face for spring, aren't you? I've got some of your lovely things in front of me, and I can't wait, because I'm feeling a bit nude, I have to say.
Yeah, so it was just, because you know the sort of Studio 10 look is that no makeup, and it is all year round, but during the seasons you do want to just sort of switch it up a little bit, play with colour, but still keep it very natural, very sort of wearable. So this is very much about bloom. You talking about ranunculus and sweet pea. Bloom and
Am I going to bloom like my lovely flowers are blooming?
And you were talking about well-being pink, which is interesting because that's a big part of today is pink, because it's fresh, isn't it? Spring, fresh.
I think most people can wear pink. Most people can wear pink.
Everybody can actually wear pink. It's just getting the right tone and the right shade. And I'll tell you why I like pink, especially on the eye area. So this is really, not eye area. No, not at all. That's the jet lag top. You really don't want to put pink on the eye area. Not a bright pink, anyway. Okay, so...
What are we going to start with? I've got a little bit of base on, so I actually used your foundation, which I love. This is it. It's got the creamy foundation, so it doesn't dry, with a little bit of the darker, so I can sometimes just put a little bit kind of here, just to make me look as I've got cheekbones, which I quite like. Tiny bit.
Well, what's interesting about that, because it is a foundation and it's a medium to full coverage, and I think when you get into spring, everybody's, you know, it's easy to think, well, I don't want to use foundation because it's heavy and it's almost cakey. As you know, that foundation does not dry out. It's not cakey.
Really good.
Dewy. It's amazing. But what I love about it is all year round, so you can use just the light veil, almost like a tinted moisturiser, because I find it frustrating. In the summer you need a tinted moisturiser, in the winter you need something different for the under eye area, and it's just like, no, I want one product all year round, and it has SPF 30. So you know, you talk a lot about, I talk a lot about, you know, SPF is really important. And even with this, as a foundation, I still use SPF 30, SPF 50 on my skin before. Because
especially at the moment, you know, if you're going out in the sun. And don't forget this bit. This is the bit that can get really crepey and catch the sun as the sun's rays kind of hit this, and backs of the hands
100%.
as well.
And actually, I look at this area because my mother was Portuguese, and I catch the sun. Even if I like I catch the sun really easily, and I can see the pigmentation, like the sunspots in this area, and just
here.
Okay, so you've got a little bit of veil on, and as I said, this foundation brilliant all year round. Or if you don't want to use a sort of foundation, even though it is very light and very cashmere looking on the skin, we've got our Hydralift.
Hydralift, honestly, since you introduced me to this, every day. Every day. Genius product. I love it. It's tiny. It works really hard. It's got that hyaluronic acid in the middle. Let me just show. Do you see? It's a 2-in-1. Honestly, if there's one thing that you're going to get, I love it. Absolutely love it.
And I sort of, even though this is for the eye area, for here, and I have to tell you, I've absolutely used this today, because when I woke up this morning, my eyes, you know when you're dehydrated, you've been on a flight.
Yeah, you get dark circles here. Mine are dark at the moment.
Puffy and dark circles. So what I like about this, so the foundation's perfect all year round as that base, as that cover. Or this, if you just need to put, you know, a little bit round the eye, you need a little bit of extra help.
Yeah. What I really like about
you say, especially if you're, you know, a hay fever sufferer, you're not, because you're taking the right supplements, but for the rest of us, and you just need to touch up that eye area. But what I love about this, even though it is for under the eye and it's got that, as you said, hyaluronic acid, you can use this all over your face.
Yeah, I tend to use it here because I get a little bit of darker colour here.
Round the nose.
Yeah.
So this is your minimal coverage.
It just evens out your skin.
I use a brush, but you can do your fingers. That's what I love about this.
You've got a great brush. Look at that brush.
Yeah. I use that brush for everything. I use it face, eyes, lips, you name it, I use it.
I'm going to put a bit more on. I'll use the brush.
And I also put lips. I put a little bit just around my lip, just to even the colour a little bit.
Okay.
Because that's really stage one. You know, when someone sort of says, desert island, what's the one if I only had one product, what is the one product I should get? What's the one product I should use? And I always say cover up. Some form of cover up or coverage, just to even out the skin tone.
But what's so good about this, and I just want to dwell on it for a moment because I think it's so clever, I've never seen anything like it, is that middle circle is the hyaluronic acid, which is the moisturising, incredibly creamy. And then you've got the really, really good concealer. And what you've been so clever about, I think, is that you've managed to get pigment that covers, so you do get an instant covering of dark circles particularly, but it doesn't dry, so it doesn't go cakey.
100%. And especially this under eye area.
Yeah, just in here.
It's so crepey, it's much drier, much more crepey. And if you put any makeup on dry, crepey skin, it just, it doesn't look great, does it, at all? So
no, it makes it look worse.
All of my products are, because everybody said, well, you know, you formulated it for mature skin, so you put lots of ingredients, and that's only part of it, because I really have worked hard on the texture and the finish, like the texture, how it interacts with aging skin, because our skin is different. You know, if you have fine lines and wrinkles, products are going to sit in it.
Yeah, differently.
Making sure it's... I've even played with finish, so I want it to be quite dewy, because we need that boost, don't we? We don't want anything that's mattifying, looks flat on the skin.
We want to bloom in our middle years.
Bloom and glow.
Bloom and glow.
So cover up.
So now what?
Hydralift or foundation, either or. I sort of use both, really. I use the foundation sort of every day, but I use this if I need a little bit more extra help around the eye area, because it just gives it that shot of hydration, and that's why hyaluronic acid is so amazing. Right, so that's your sort of cover-up. Then we get into colour, right? So we want to add a little bit of colour to the skin. So as you know, we've got our Plumping Blush.
Yep.
I quite like this time of year to start to use the bronze, because the bronze just gives it a little bit more of a healthy, the sun's starting to shine.
Yeah.
So I like the bronze, to switch up and start using the bronze. And then, as you do all the time, a little bit on the cheeks. Mm-hmm. And because it's creamy, the liquid, it just blends, buffs into the skin. So cheeks, a little bit on the forehead, down the nose, on the chin.
I'm going to have to do that later because I don't have mine here. I left it behind because I wasn't quite so organised.
Did you?
Yeah.
We will send you some more. But either or, you know, the blush or the bronze. What's important about little trick when you're putting blush on, most of us, and I can say that because I used to do this, so the makeup artist said, Grace, stop doing that, is we do that. When we put blush on, we do that, don't we? We get a brush and we do it in this sort of angular.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, what you want, I'll put a bit of this blush on. Actually, what you want to do is almost do it in a sort of curved shape.
Okay, so Grace is applying it here, like a curve.
Yeah, it's just follow, because what you want, you don't want to look like you're wearing makeup.
No.
So you don't want any hard edges, and you want it to almost blend into your...
Blending is the key, which is why brushes are so good, actually. Because you can see on the skin that a brush really gives good application. What do you use this end for? This is a really intriguing shape, this one.
So this is finger shape, so you get that precision.
Yeah.
And then what I like to do is turn the brush round. So whether it's foundation, whether it's this on top, that's why a lot of my products layer and they're liquids. Mm-hmm. You just buff.
So it's buffing. Okay.
I don't really like rules, but there is one rule in makeup, which is you don't want any hard edges.
No.
So you want to blend and just buff into the skin so it looks like your skin. The idea is it's real skin or natural skin. Just a little bit of tint.
I'm actually going to use a little bit of this
products, whether it's these two or the Hydralift, which is great all over the face. That for me is perfect, flawless, radiant skin.
That's what we want. That is what we want.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think we're trying to do, aren't we? We're trying to, it's not about looking 10 years younger, it's just looking fresh face, your most beautiful skin. And that's what we all want, don't we? And you know, in fairness, this is true, isn't it? Skin really starts with nutrition, comes from within.
Definitely.
But makeup's an amazing medium to create it, and it's instant. That's what I love. It does wash off, but it's instant,
and it just gives you that lift. You look in the mirror and you just physically, it is an emotional boost. It is a lift. I think we shouldn't deny that.
I always say makeup is the confidence that you wear on your face. And people are like, but do you wear makeup every day? And it's like, whatever I'm doing, I wear a little bit of makeup. But
you always have a little bit of something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not makeup as in get the look for the season. It's makeup that does a job of work. Does that make sense? We're not a fashion brand. We're just using the medium of makeup to do a job of work. We just need, you know, in the same way that we, you know, brush our hair, we might style our hair a little bit. It's the same with makeup. And if you've got dark circles, you look tired. We don't need to look tired. If our skin's flat or lackluster, you can add a bit of luminosity, radiance to the skin.
Yeah.
So that's sort of spring skin. As I said, I love the blush. I start now swapping it with the bronze, and then that takes me all the way through to the summer. And then lips. This is where we start to add a little bit of pink. Okay. And you know, F10 is all about adding shape, definition, structure. So our lip shaper, perfecting.
This is genius. One little pencil, two ends, genius. Just the best pink, nudie lip colour, and then very interesting. This.
Yeah. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't see a thing without them.
Okay. Tell us how to use this. What I tried
to do with this was, if you remember the 4 steps, prime, perfect, shape, shade. Shape's about adding structure and definition to the face. So the 2 areas that I, you know, in terms of recommending is brows and lips, We need to create definition in the face. Okay. Define the top of the face with brows and then lips. And I think lips, what's interesting is most women put something on their lips. It might be a lip gloss, might be a balm, might be a lipstick. But as we age, we lose fullness, don't we? We lose
definitely
shape, we lose definition, we lose fullness. So the first step is adding that back in. And that's where it led me to a lip liner. And then I started thinking about lip liners. You've got to match your lip liner to your lipstick, otherwise it's noticeable. And I was like, I don't want lots of lip liners.
No,
and
just the one. Just the one. So
what I tried to do, I tested it on lots of lips. What I tried to do, because a lot of universal lip liners tend to be quite peachy or quite brown.
Yeah, I found them way too brown. It's so obvious. It's
too brown.
Not a good look.
It's not a good look, and it's obvious. I was like, well, I don't want to be obvious. It's meant to look like my lips, not like makeup. So the idea of this is that it's lip coloured. And if you look at lips, lips have quite a lot of blue in them because it's the blood flow.
Interesting.
So this is a perky pink colour, but it's got a blue undertone. So all you do with this is you just line. I'm going to do it on my lips as well. And I use this, Liz, on its own. So most of the time, I don't even put a product on top. Wow. If I just want shape.
Yep.
So it's so easy to use.
Okay,
You just...
here goes. Nice and soft. So you literally just line your existing lip. Would you be tempted to go over a little bit to make them a bit fuller?
You can do, and because it's a lip-coloured pencil, you can go slightly over.
Yeah, look, do you see how that is just literally matched in with my lips? I'm going to go just very slightly, and it's a lovely, nice, sharp point. And then...
Yeah, it's got to be sharp. I don't fill all over my lip, because of what I'm trying to do is just, it's creating that sort of, the line which has depth and is slightly darker. Gives it more of a fuller lip, gives it that shape. And then I just like to make the Cupid's bow a little bit darker, like really accentuate it. And then tap it out, no hard edges. But you can see I have nothing else on my lips, that's just giving it a little bit of shape and definition.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And then this is the real
That's all I've done. It's great.
You know, makeup artists always say put a little bit of highlighter on the lip.
Yeah.
And that's because if you look at anybody who's got a full, like naturally got a full lip, they have that sort of, it's almost like a milk line. And it creates that ledge, it creates the illusion, or it does create a fuller, plumper lip. So for those of us who don't know, we can use this natural highlight. And the thing about this is it's got to be sharp, because you do not want to look like you've just drunk a glass of milk. It's not, a milk moustache is not a good look.
No, not really.
So just very, and also it's got no shimmer in it. You don't really want highlighter on your upper lip, because when you move around, it can be a bit shiny.
Just a tiny bit of definition there gives you, just kind of pulls your lip forward, so it's a little tiny bit pouty, but without looking made up.
Yeah. That looks amazing. Look.
Love it.
And also, whatever colour you then go on to put on, whether it's a red, a coral, anything, you've got shape and definition.
Yeah. Or you just leave it like that.
Like that.
Just put a balm over it if you want to, or a gloss.
But I think what's really, really important, brows and lips are, you know, they're like the sort of, I think I said this before, India Knight said we're like Spanx for the face, which is, you know, I was like, I don't really want to be the bra and knickers of the makeup world. It's hardly red carpet and glam, but it does sum up who we are and what we do. Yeah. So for me, it's sort of the top part of the face, brows, is like you wouldn't leave the house without your bra on, and the bottom half of the face is your lips. You wouldn't leave the house without your knickers on, and the sort of bra and knickers that we're wearing in, well, my age is very different to my 20-year-old, let me tell you.
Slightly more functional, perhaps.
A little bit more. And then this is a really nice trick, because I know you were saying about, like, Wellbeing Pink. A really nice thing, because if you look at my skin and your skin, I've got the blush on, and if there was the bronze, it's warmed up the skin, it's given me that lovely, healthy colour to my skin. But you can use this lip liner to give you that sort of pinched cheek, and I quite like that sort of freshness for spring.
So using it on here?
Yeah, literally, I just use the pencil.
Just watching what she does here.
Look, that's all I do. You just draw it on. You can even almost think Aunt Sally.
Yeah.
Just
oh,
a
it's
little
a
bit.
lovely
Look at my
colour.
Aunt Sally. Look at... Yeah, look at my Aunt Sally. And then you just blend it out. And it just gives you a lovely sort of pinky flush.
That is absolutely genius.
See, look how nice that is. And because it's a lip liner, it's really, really long lasting.
I was going to say, this is going to stay on all day. This isn't like a kind of a cream blush that's just going to, you know, disappear into your skin after an hour and a half. I love that.
I just quite like that sort of for spring. I always think it's that sort of fresh pop.
Literally, you can take this and do your cheeks and your lips. I mean, that is,
yeah,
you know, if you're travelling, if you're on the go, isn't that clever? I'm going to put a bit more on now. I like the look.
I was thinking about like spring makeup. It is that freshness, isn't it? That lovely sort of pinched cheek.
There you go. Yeah. Really, really good. So economical and so quick.
And then I finished lips with our Plumping Gloss.
Do you know, this really made me smile, Grace, because your team very kindly sent me this for the live today. And I thought, well, that looks familiar. And I looked in my makeup bag, and this is the one that I'm using. I love it. Genuinely love it. I'm very pleased to have another one. Thank you.
So this is really paired up with a pencil, because
you can see.
I don't want to say, you know, fuller lips but we do need that shape, we need that definition, and we want, because our lips do thin out, we want a fuller lip. And I just think, you know, as we age, we want to make a little bit of a statement with our lips, because it's just, you know. Yeah,
now that we're not hiding behind masks, we can smile and see each other. It's so important.
Yeah, so this is our Plumping Lip Gloss, and it's got an active in there called Volulip, which just stimulates and helps create fullness.
Nice.
And it is also very, very hydrating. And the main thing about it is it's not sticky.
Yeah.
You know, when you use lip glosses, I've bought lip glosses before and used lip glosses, and they're so sticky.
So sticky. It's a nightmare. It's like having oil slick on your lips, and every time you go to, you know, eat something or drink something.
Yeah. I absolutely love this. So really the idea is like pink, you see, for me, is it's brightening, but it's like, I call it a perky pink. It just really lifts the complexion.
What shade is this? I haven't got my glasses on to see. It's called, what's it called? Kiss? No?
This, we've only got one.
Oh, there is only one. Fine. That's easy then.
It's our Lip Perfecting Plumping Gloss.
Great. I love it. I love the fact that you've done all the hard work of editing, because there's nothing worse, is there? Especially with colour. You go onto a website and you've got like 9 shades to choose from. And I often end up walking away thinking, well, it kind of looks nice, but I don't want to risk buying something that I'm not going to like. But you have created the ultimate one. So you go, here you go, guys. That's the one that you need.
Yes.
Perfect.
And this one was, how do I create definition, but how do I create that plumper, perkier lip? And a little trick, if you really want to accentuate and really go for a plump lip, is I've just put it all over my lips. I just think it's such a pretty, and it's funny because I don't normally wear pinky colours at all. I'm more peachy, but I just think it's so flattering, and especially this time of year, it's lovely. It's nice. But a little trick, if you don't want to put it all over your lip, you can just put the centre part.
Ah, okay.
So you keep the outsides without gloss, and then it really creates fullness. So it's funny that you were talking about well-being pink, and it's like, that's what we're doing.
In the pink, you know, it's an expression. How are you? Yeah, I'm in the pink. It's like, it's... Pink is such a great colour, because it reflects back onto your skin. If you wear pink, I mean, I've got a pink, you know, little kind of yoga top on, and it's just reflecting whatever your skin tone is. It's just helping to lift.
And what's what's interesting is you and I have different skin tones, different hair colours. I'm olive skinned, and it's so wearable.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, and Lily, who has no, pigment virtually in her skin at all, she's sort of really, really pale. She wears a lot of pink, and
yeah, it's lovely.
I wear a lot of pink. I've got, fairish skin. You've obviously got olive tone skin. I've got darker skin friends who look amazing in pink.
Yeah.
It just pops
on the skin. So that's my sort of, switching it up and just putting that lovely flush.
Yeah.
It's that pop of colour. And I think pink is perfect to do it. And then the last thing about sort of the spring look, so you've got that pop of colour.
Mm-hmm.
Our eyeliner pencil, right?
Yes.
I love because it has shape definition, it brightens, it's got this sort of flesh colours, you can really brighten the eye area. So I tend to use mocha. Yeah, so I tend to use mocha, which is the dark chocolate brown. We don't do black. And that gives you that definition. But for spring, I'm switching it up and I'm going for our grey. It's like a charcoal pewter colour.
Yeah, this almost looks as though it's got a bit of dark navy.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a really interesting shade. I'm going to pop a little bit on my hand and then you can see.
So once again, I've got it on today.
Okay, great.
It's such a flattering because it gives you that definition, but it doesn't close the eye down. Mm-hmm. So we don't have any, apart from our mascara, we don't have black because black's quite heavy, and especially as we age, it's quite heavy.
Can be a bit obvious.
So, and the grey, I think, this sort of pewter navy is gorgeous with the pink.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty
So where am I going to put that? Just sort of literally on the lash line?
Yeah, so I tend to, people can do it differently, but I put it on the top lash line.
Okay.
I'll probably start from 3/4 of the way.
Look in my mirror.
I never bring eyeliner right in the inner corner.
Okay.
I tend to just do the outside corner because if you put it from the inside, I can't get my words out today. The inner corner, it creates too much darkness. Yes. So I tend to just do the
not
outside.
In here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so soft, doesn't drag the skin at all.
I honestly, Liz, spent so long formulating this because I fundamentally wanted a product that was no drag because it's the eye area and it's quite delicate. It's got to be ultra creamy, non-drag. Creamy enough that you can blend it into a shadow. I think we've done that. I think it was one of the Christmas shows where we did a smoky eye with a pencil. So you don't even need an eyeshadow palette. So creamy enough that you can blend it into a shadow, and then once it sets, it's a long-lasting formula, so it doesn't smudge. It's tear-proof. Good. I certainly, especially hay fever, get teary eyes. I don't want my eyeliner smudging everywhere, so it's got a long last formula. So I just put top outside corner. I personally, and it's choice, like to bring it just underneath as well.
Yeah, I do too if it's really subtle. I think the black is too much.
Yeah.
But if you've got, as you say, this lovely pewtery grey, which just seems to bring your eyes forward as well, doesn't it? It kind of emphasises.
But you can see the sort of the grey and the pink. It's a really, really pretty combination. And also I quite like the grey in the summer if you're more wearing sort of corals. It's really pretty with bronze.
Yeah, I like that.
And then this, see, just giving you that added definition.
Tiny bit of
definition.
Yeah, tiny bit of definition. But hopefully I don't look too made up.
No,
I don't look different. It's like, what you don't want someone to say is, oh, I like your makeup. You want someone to say, oh, you look well.
Yeah.
It's got to be kind of in the background.
When I arrived here yesterday and saw everybody, they were like, oh, Grace, your skin's amazing. It was because I actually put some makeup on in the taxi, having been on a 7-hour flight. But that was the point. They went, your skin is amazing. I was like, that's because I'm wearing the right makeup, the right textures, the right finish. Nothing's too I like dewiness, I like radiance, but I don't want glitter.
No.
And I don't want to look like I'm wearing lots and lots of makeup.
No, and I want stuff that lasts. I want stuff that's comfortable, conditions my skin, so it's soft.
100%.
But it's lasting. I want to do it first thing, couple of minutes, and then be gone and not have to think about it, because there's too much other stuff that's needs to be done to get on with, to worry about what your face looks like, really.
And you know what's interesting about this dark charcoal grey? If you're blonde or redhead, or, you know, naturally you can wear the greys, you can wear the navies, but it's such a clever tone. Not that I'm clever, but it's such a clever tone that all skin tones can wear it. Because as I said, I'm dark, I'm olive skin, but look how flattering it is. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's just a bit softer sometimes than the browns.
Yeah, softer, especially if you are grey. You know, if you've got some grey in your hair, then it's you don't want to be harsh black. It's too much.
100%. And also the grey's got a bluiness to it as well. So if you are grey, it's really flattering, makes your eyes pop. And then talking about the eyes pop, you know, the other end of our eyeliner.
Yes, oh my goodness, this is, I nearly forgot. So that's one end. Other end, so super clever.
Definition. So a little bit like the lip liner and the brow liner, shape, definition, and then the other end is about brightening or lifting. So this is our brightening eyeliner, and this is my trick. From the inside of the corner, and what I love, it's a pencil. Doesn't even need to be exact. The inside of your eye, corner of your eye, just do a big, fat, natural, highlighted line.
Wow. Just open up your eye.
Down underneath. But look at that compared to that eye.
Really opened up.
It just really brightens. And that's what we want. Wide awake, bright eyes.
Yep.
And then you can also use it just under the brow bone to give it a natural highlight. Just accentuate.
Oh, yeah.
And I have been known to just put literally a little bit on my cheekbone, like that. Just
where
as a
have you
natural
put that?
highlight.
Oh, just up there.
Yeah, just as a little natural highlight.
Love all these little tricks.
And
I love how you can just use something that's so small and portable and easy and get lots of uses out of it.
Yeah,
Makes it
I'm
really
a little
good.
bit sort of multi-purpose, multi-function. Like, how can I get a product and use it in 5 ways?
You talk
Because
my
you know
language.
what? You don't want a suitcase full of makeup. That's the other thing. You know, when I designed it, I was like, I've got so many products. Too many products, too many textures. And I was like, I don't want that. I just want 2 or 3 products that do a job of work and make me look my best, but feel my best.
Yeah.
And
am I right to put some just a little bit in here? Am I okay to do that?
yeah, so this one's formulated especially for the inner waterline. So if you've got a lot of redness, and especially when you're tired or hay fever, your eyes get really red, you can just put this in the inner rim, inner waterline, and it takes away the redness, but it's not white.
It's not
white.
white.
That sort of 60s look when it's white is not a good look, and it's so obvious. So this is almost like a sort of nude, almost like a flesh tone.
Yeah.
No shimmer, no glitter, and actually my eyeliners once again are just pure pigment.
There's no
glitter.
Which is also good, because glitter can be really irritating. But I know this trick about putting it here, that's what all the A-listers in Hollywood were on the red carpet, and their eyes just need to pop, you know, with the flash bulbs, and they all look so bright-eyed, and they've got lots of lovely kind of white eyes. It's because they've done this with even the guys are using this on their eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got guys who use this, the Hydralift, because it's like the ultimate eye brightener.
Yeah.
I have actually got a couple of men who use male makeup artist, amazing artist. He uses this just to give his lips a little bit more shape, definition.
Really?
So that's the sort of blue, well-being pink for spring. It's fresh, isn't it?
I love it.
But
and then I've got your mascara.
Yeah. Oh, I love that mascara. I would. That's such a silly thing to say. I love that mascara. Of course I would. I developed it. But yeah, finish off with a little bit of mascara. So that's double-ended. Once again, I was like, I don't want lots of mascaras, because if you look at mascara, you want to volumize, don't you? You want to volumize, you want to lengthen, you want fuller lashes, you want all curling. And I was just like, there's so many mascara products out there.
Tell me about it. We've got a whole feature on them in the magazine this month, and it's like, how many mascaras are there? Like 10 different kinds.
How many mascaras do you need? And I was like, I am going to create one mascara.
So why has this got two brushes? Tell us about the different brushes.
Right, so one brush is, that one is our volumizing brush, because we do want a fuller volumized lash. What's clever about that is most brushes are round. Yep. And I've cut the edges.
Ooh,
if you look at it.
Yeah, do you see?
There's a flat edge because...
It's not round.
Because I don't want to have to use curlers. All makeup artists use curlers, and it's just like, I do not have time to use curlers.
I pulled all my eyelashes out once with curlers. I am so wary of them now. If I can avoid them, I do. I'd clamp my eyelashes. Maybe it was hay fever season, because I clamped my eyelashes and I sneezed. And as I sneezed, I went like that, and literally my eye was bald. For about 6 months, I was wearing falsies. It was awful. So ever since then, I've gone, I'm not sure I want to curl my eyelashes.
I think they're lethal, those things. I honestly,
Be really careful.
And also, I don't have time. You know, you actually need a bit of precision. I'm like, that happens. So the idea with that brush, where I've cut it, is you can go right to the lash line, and as you pull it up, it automatically curls.
So do you start with it in horizontal, or do you start with it vertical?
Horizontal, and go as close to the lash line, and as you pull it up, it automatically curls.
Oh my goodness.
So brush is so important. They actually say 70%.
See how my lashes have just lifted? I've only put two little bits on.
And then the formula, the other thing is, you know, it's a beautiful black, it's quite glossy, but I wanted to treat my lashes as well. Yeah. So I put a treatment in there. So it's a lash treatment stroke mascara, and it is black. So that's the one product where I do use black.
You've always got to have black mascara. I've tried brown mascara. It doesn't work. It doesn't look nice.
It really doesn't. Even on the palest skins. But it's not thick and clumpy.
That's the thing. I think black works when you can keep it fine.
Yeah. And
look at the difference between my lashes.
Yeah.
One and the other.
I do my lashes every day now. And also what's nice, you know, during the course of the day, when you wear some mascaras, and I don't know why, we do fiddle with our eyes quite a lot. Yeah. But you touch your lashes and they're really, like, dry.
Yeah, almost brittle.
This will never dry out. The formula just keeps it very glossy, doesn't dry out. It's a really beautiful formula to wear.
And it doesn't smudge either. Mascaras are notorious for smudging on me, but this one doesn't. It's really, really good, Grace. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, I love it.
So why have we got two brushes then? So I've done my lashes. I'm really happy with that. What's this brush for, this one?
And then so you can volumize and really layer it. So the other end is a tiny little comb. So sometimes, if you don't want a full lash effect, you might just want a little bit of definition. Okay. So you can just instead use the comb to just give the lashes a little bit of definition. And it is perfect for bottom lashes, because my lashes are so short. If I use the big brush, I end up with mascara down on my cheekbones. Yeah. So I can just use that to do my bottom lashes. So it just depends what look you want. Sometimes you want full-on lashes. Maybe you're going out in the evening, you want to layer it. For every day, you just want that added definition. So you can mix and match.
I love that. It just gently combs the lower ones without depositing too much colour. Then you can end up with like spidery lashes, which is not good.
Yes.
I love that.
And actually, I've got a girlfriend of mine who's got really long lashes, top and bottom. I mean, amazing lashes. And she loves the comb because she said, I just need a little bit of definition, but I don't want that spidery look.
Yeah. And questions here coming in, presumably okay for sensitive eyes, everything's ophthalmologically tested and all of that.
Yeah, 100%. Because I've noticed as well, like I think it's probably the same for a lot of us, but a lot more sensitivity around my eye area.
Yeah. Well, and hormonally as well, because we get dry eyes.
Yes. Dry eyes, watery eyes, tearful, and it's just, so yeah, everything is really good for sensitive skin, and which is why I've also, you know, a lot of people think, you know, they use skincare and they go, I don't like to put makeup on top because makeup's heavy and it clogs. And even with SPF, I've worked really hard to find an SPF that does not clog my skin, because I end up with milia, and you can see it.
Yeah, the little white bumps.
You wear makeup, it was like clogging my pores, and I'd get milia. So like finding textures and ingredients that's almost lets you, it's like, I always say we're like skincare makeup, or skincare with coverage. That's really, because a lot of women think I'm not putting makeup on top because it damages the skin, and it absolutely, and actually a lot of makeup today, modern makeup, not just Studio 10, but a lot of brands, there's amazing brands out there, the quality of makeup is way different than it was even 20 years ago. For sure. You know, the whole idea, it nourishes the skin and it's healthy for your skin.
What's your mascara called? Getting asked questions on Instagram. Is it just the one?
Guess what? Well, it's the only mascara.
The only mascara. Excellent. I love that. No choice. This is the one.
This is it.
Perfect.
You know, when you were talking about supplements, I was thinking about it. All I want someone to take the thinking and the headache out of it. It's just tell me what I need to take, why I need to take it, job done. And I sort of tried to do that a bit with makeup, because I don't want it to take a long time to do it, because who has time? It's a bit slap and go, you know, 1, 2, 3, slap and go. But also the headache. It's confusing. I mean, I was in the makeup industry and I found it confusing.
Same. And you always think that you haven't got the right one because there's something better, and should I have got that one? But, you know, if there is the one.
Yeah. And it is actually called the 6-in-1 Treatment Mascara, because it gives you 6 different looks, depending on, you know, if you want that fullness, you want definition, you want lengthening, you want curling, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it treats as well, so.
Remind us your website address so everyone knows where to go to have a look.
StudioBeauty.com.
StudioBeauty.com. Grace, it's so lovely to talk to you. I hope that you have a fantastic time in Boston.
Thank you.
A very, very happy Easter break. I look forward to being back with you when you're back in the UK.
And don't forget, everybody gets Liz Loves gets 20% off as well. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure your website will be super busy with people having a look, so thank you very much. Lots of lovely comments and hearts coming to you. Very happy Easter. Enjoy.
Well, your makeup blends in with your Wellbeing pink and your floral.
I'm thrilled.
And you're blooming.
I'm going out to dinner tonight, so this face is staying on. I'm delighted. Thank you. Got personal tuition. And to you, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now you have to leave me, because if I switch everything off, then I let everybody go. Great. I'm thrilled with my face. So easy. Yeah, didn't you think? I love that. You know, I love the fact that you've got these double-ended pencils that do so much. Eyes, lips. I mean, look, how tiny is that? That's kind of almost your entire makeup kit in there. Little bit of lip gloss. Just the one. You don't need to choose. Super cool. One mascara. 6-in-1. Don't need to choose. Genius. Thank you. And thank you very much. Yeah, Liz Loves, capitals, all one word, gets you 20% off. Now, I just wanted to mention why I'm sitting here in my yoga gear. I did actually put a little top over the top because I felt a little bit exposed. This is, I said I'd mention it because this is for the Eve Appeal charity. And this is a charity, amazing charity that researches gynecological cancers. You may well have heard of it. Do go look it up if not. This is from Asquith. So Asquith, a great, fab, female-founded British brand. I'm just going to stand up so you can see. So this is their special collection that they've done. I love this with the stripe down the side and pockets. We love pockets. Very easy, comfortable to wear. And so they are donating 5% of all their sales of this Eve collection, and they've got lots of really nice things. So if you're thinking about grabbing some new Pilates gear, springtime exercise wear or whatever, this would be a really good cause to support. And if you use your Liz Loves, then you also get an additional 15% discount. So what's not to love? Do good, get some money off, help others. Genius. Love all that. And then something else to say. April, you may or may not know, is Stress Awareness Month. Very timely. I think we've all been suffering from enough stress, don't you? And another of my favourite brands is Life Armour. As you know, these have travelled widely with me. The Drops of Balance, the Slumber Drops that I have beside my bed every night. Took it last night without fail. It's always with me. Well, they, to celebrate Stress Awareness Month, have increased their discount for anybody who wants to try. So Liz Loves now gets you 20% off. I think it was 15, it's now 20. So thank you very much to Manisha and everybody at Life Armour. These are the ones that I've got at the moment. I've got my Drops of Immunity with the Echinacea and the elderberry. I've got my Drops of Slumber, obviously, which is really genius. I've given this to my girls. They have this beside their bed every night. I take it every night without fail. And then Drops of Balance, which is usually in my bag, actually, because I take it around with me during the day. And when things get a bit like that, I just pop a few drops under my tongue. Tastes nice too. So there we go. Thank you, Asquith London. Yeah, great that you're partnering with the Eve Appeal. Really, really good. A brand with a heart, I would say, Asquith, for sure. What else do I need to tell you about? I think that is about it. I'm going to be back with you live on Tuesday when we're going to be covering hair. So this week we've done internal with Wellbeing, with the amazing Kevin Lever's Naked Pharmacy. Wasn't that so fascinating? My goodness, if you didn't hear that one, please go back and have a catch up over the weekend. We've done external face, and then we're going to move on and do hair as well. So I'm looking forward to that with Percy and Reed and my lovely friend Jenny, who I haven't spoken to for so long. So do join me. I'll be live here on Earle Wellbeing, Facebook and Instagram. Later on, catch up obviously on YouTube. If you're watching me in real time, tomorrow is always a big day for the Earle Wellbeing team because we have the Friday 5, the podcast, really nice one for the weekend. I hope you enjoy it. It's with an old friend of mine called Graham Harvey, who was the agricultural story editor for the Archers. Any Archers fans out there? Anybody grew up listening to the Archers? So he's going to be chatting. We're going to be hearing about behind the scenes of the Archers. Bit of inside goss, which is always nice to have, as well as talking about regenerative farming and organics and food and all of that. So it's a really nice listen, I thought, for the Easter bank holiday weekend. So I hope you enjoy that. We do have a few subscription gifts. Anybody having a problem with their eyes, if you want to get your copy of the magazine, there's a great subscription gift, which is the eye vitamins, which I'm taking at the moment, with the eye spray, which is, again, so light and easy to use, doesn't mess up your makeup, which is just as well, isn't it, after having had that so beautifully talked through by Grace. Have a very, very happy Easter. I hope that everybody is going to get a little bit of time to rest and recharge, and I look forward to being back with you live on Tuesday. Stay well. Bye-bye.